Naguib Mahfouz is a prominent Arab author and novelist from Egypt who won the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1988. He was born in Cairo in 1911 to a middle-class family, where he was influenced by the Egyptian Revolution in 1919 and excelled in his education, starting with the book and then joining the Egyptian University. Naguib Mahfouz worked in the civil service as a government employee, in addition to writing his novels and short stories. His most prominent work is the Cairo Trilogy, which includes 3 novels. Between Kasserine in 1956, Qasr Al-Shouq in 1957, and Al-Sukkaria in 1957. During his life, Naguib Mahfouz was able to achieve international fame and receive many well-deserved awards. His works include important writings within a historical period extending from 1938 to 2004. Mahfouz faced death threats because of the novel Children of Our Neighborhood, which depicts prophets and religions in a dialectical manner. Naguib Mahfouz was not only working as a novelist, but he was also writing newspaper articles in Egyptian newspapers. At the end of his life, Naguib Mahfouz died in 2006 after struggling with lung and kidney health problems. He is considered one of the most important Arab writers during the 20th century. Naguib Mahfouz was born in Cairo, where he grew up and received his university education at its university, where he was able to obtain a degree in philosophy. Throughout his life, Mahfouz wrote many literary works, most notably his famous trilogy and Children of Our Neighborhood. Most of the events of his novels take place in the popular Egyptian neighborhood, and despite the realism of Naguib Mahfouz's literature, he also dealt with existential issues, and he succeeded in obtaining the Nobel Prize for Literature, making him the only Arab to win it. Naguib began his studies when he entered Al-Kutab, then completed his primary and secondary education, and his interest in Arabic literature began to increase at this stage. The greatest influence on him at this time was the writer Hafez Naguib. Naguib Mahfouz witnessed the 1919 revolution when he was only 7 years old. This revolution had a great impact on him, as he experienced his first experience of patriotic and nationalistic feelings, and it deeply influenced his later writings. After completing his studies in writers, Naguib Mahfouz joined the Egyptian University in 1930. He obtained a degree in philosophy in 1934. He then went on to study a master's degree and specialize in philosophy, but stopped after a year with the aim of mastering the skill of writing and composing. Naguib Mahfouz married Atiya Allah Ibrahim in 1954, and the couple had 2 daughters, Fatima and Kulthum. Mahfouz later stated that he remained celibate until he was 43 because he thought marriage might limit his future in literature. As for Naguib Mahfouz's religion, he was born to a Muslim family. Naguib Mahfouz's family was middle class, and he had many brothers and sisters, and he was the youngest among them. He witnessed the 1919 revolution when he was only 7 years old, but it stirred feelings of patriotism within him. He obtained a bachelor's degree in philosophy from Cairo University and went on to complete his master's and doctorate, but stopped to focus on writing and authorship. Naguib Mahfouz's writings were not limited to novels only, but also extended to writing journalistic articles in Egyptian newspapers until his death. He won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1988, in addition to several local and international literary awards. Before he became involved in the arts of writing and literature in general, he wished to become a football player, and then he wished to become an officer until he became a famous writer and novelist. Naguib Mahfouz was stabbed in the neck by an extremist in 1994 in an attempt to assassinate him. Naguib survived this attempt, but his nerves on the upper right side of the neck were severely damaged as a result of this stab. This had a negative impact on his work as he was only able to write for a few minutes a day. Naguib Mahfouz died on August 30, 2006 in Cairo. He was 94 years old.